Blog Talk Radio.
This all started because I fell in love with the wrong man. But with every heartbreak came beauty. With every passionate kiss came an understanding of the deepest love. And when I finally had to walk away, I found wisdom. Join me in exploring all of the facets of your heart. How deep can you fall in love? Hello, my name is Solaris. I am your host tonight and DJ of love. You are listening to Facets of the Heart, the show all about romance. Every Monday night you will be hearing some of the most passionate love songs, poetry by our angel writers, and special guest appearances. So we invite you to call us to share your love story or to talk to our special guests tonight at 858-777-5933. And be sure to add us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/facetsoftheheart and on Twitter at twitter.com/facetoftheheart. If you would like to make a song dedication, please message us throughout the week at info@facetsoftheheart.com and let us know the special song and message, and we will play it for the one that you love. So I hope you all have your candles burning and your tea brewing for a romantic evening. We have a very special guest tonight. His name is Joshua Adams, and he is really cool. He has a fun, edgy sound, which is great. So you guys are going to really love hearing his music and hearing what's going on in his life and all that fun stuff with his music and all. So that's really, really cool. I wanted to promote an event actually for you guys. If you guys are in the LA area, a lot of you guys know that I've gotten involved with Kitten Rescue, which is a really cool organization to help save the animals. And they are having a special little event on May 4th under the Cinco de Mayo theme, which is Cinco de Meow. So if you guys are in the area and you guys are looking to adopt an animal, go to kittenrescue.org to get some information. You guys can also go onto their Facebook page, Kitten Rescue, or Adoptable Cats and Kittens, and you'll be able to hear all about them. Also, if you are in Boston and you want to adopt an animal, go to MetroWestHumaneSociety.org because they're really awesome. So now we are going to introduce our amazing special guest tonight, Joshua Adams, and welcome him with one of his songs, which I really love, and it's a little edgy and fun, and it's called Bring Your Guns. That was Bring Your Guns by Joshua Adams, and we have him on the phone line right now, and we are going to introduce him to the show. How are you doing, Josh?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you? It's great to be here.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. You have some amazing music, so I appreciate you being on the show with us.
Oh, well, thanks so much. Very sweet to say.
Aw, very cool. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved in music.
It seems like forever ago how I got involved. Let's see. I guess it all starts, I picked up the guitar about 13 years old because I wanted to be just like Eddie Van Halen. And then after that, I started writing songs, I guess, a few years later and started performing with the group. Went on my first short tour at 18 and kind of fell into the music industry at first as a studio engineer, producer, writer, performer, kind of a jack of all trades. And then I found myself in Nashville a few years later after that, working with some major producers, major writers at major studios, and then embarking on lengthy tours that lasted, seemed like 3 years. But now I'm in Vegas, enjoying the sunny weather today. But that's kind of my music career in a nutshell.
That's really cool. Do you find that it enhances your songs, knowing how to also engineer?
Yeah. You kind of think ahead, I guess. For me, I kind of have a vision immediately as I'm writing, like how I'm going to record something to get a certain sound, or how I'm going to, produce something with like string parts here, or a certain kind of drum pattern there at a different spot, that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's always kind of been an advantage, I guess, for me with a lot of other musicians before they go in the studio. I kind of have things mapped out for the most part. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, can you tell us a little bit about how you wrote the song "Bring Your Guns"?
Bring Your Guns, the one you just heard. I think I was having a conversation with my older brother, who's a screenwriter, and we happened to talk about Sons of Anarchy, and because he used to follow that show, and he was telling me about it, and that kind of inspired the Bring Your Guns thing, kind of like an old-fashioned gang fight in the sense of like crossing boundaries and that kind of thing. So that inspired the lyrical content, and then as far as production goes, I was kind of ready to change things up a little bit at the time, and this was, I guess, last year, and wanting to kind of bring a little more progression to the tracks. That's why there's use of dubstep rhythms, and then also sound effects and stuff like that would be similar to, like, I guess a lot of the dubstep dance music that is popular, I guess, all over the place now, but specifically in Vegas for so long. But that was the inspiration. Yeah, that was the inspiration behind it.
Very cool. Yeah, I love how you have like this like dubstep rock, sound, which is really cool. Who are your musical influences?
They're always subject to change, I guess, as I hear new artists, or as I hear things that I may have not heard before. The favorites that have always, been influential to me have been, iconic artists like Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, and some of the 90s stuff like that. But as well as my favorite male vocalist at the moment, which I've said many times before, is a guy named Myles Kennedy, who's the lead singer of Slash's band, and he's also the lead singer of Alter Bridge. And I believe he was the lead singer of another band years ago called the Mayfield Four. And he is, to me, the epitome of what a rock vocalist should sound like. And if anyone wants to Google him, he's Myles Kennedy. And I think he's touring with Alter Bridge, but preparing to tour with Slash.
Very cool.
Those are some influences, I guess.
Absolutely. And because you are so multi-talented, where you have like the engineering and then the vocals and then the writing and then the music, the instrumental part with musician, instruments and stuff, do you have one that you particularly like more than the others, or do you feel like you like them all the same?
As far as songs, or what?
Yeah, as far as music, like
the what part of creation do I like?
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess it depends on my mood, but if I'm feeling really like it's kind of soothing and kind of complements whatever mood I'm in at the time. I think, for instance, if I'm feeling really creative, my favorite thing to do at the moment would be to write a song. Sit down with the guitar or the piano and just work on a song. If I'm kind of feeling more analytical, which I have been lately, I prefer to sit down. I get more out of sitting down behind the computer and editing through instrumentation and programming drums or instruments and kind of arranging things inside of Pro Tools, which is a well-known recording program. So it depends, I guess. But I guess nothing would exist without just the creation process at the beginning, sitting down with the guitar and trying to pump out something that means something to me. So, yeah.
Well, that is awesome. We have some of your fans on the line with us right now, so we are going to go to the phone lines and tell, they will have something they would like to say to you as well. So.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Hi, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. What would you like to say? Or ask Josh?
Can you hear me?
Yes. What would you like to say or ask Josh?
Oh, just want to say hi, Joshua. It's me, Gummy Bears.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to talk to you. It's good to hear your voice because it's always, just like with anyone, so much of this stuff is done online these days, and it's great to have these moments where you can actually hear somebody and realize that they're a real person and kind of get a feel for who they are just by the way they talk and that kind of stuff. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
just thank you for what you do for us fans, and you're awesome.
Well, I think you guys are awesome. I think you're awesome. Thanks so much for continuing to support all the different things I'm doing. You support the music, and so many people in support of the web series I'm working on, the Holly's Law stuff. I received so many comments and tweets and messages about and with encouragement because I'm working on working toward my degree in physics and PhD and doctorate eventually and all that stuff.
Wow, that's exciting. So exciting.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to hear it from you guys and see that everybody's in support of all that and patient with my music because, sometimes some things supersede others and, some things get moved around as far as prioritizing. So I'm looking forward to releasing the next single, which should be pretty soon. And hope that everybody enjoy. Yeah, thank you.
Well, just say hi.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for calling into our show.
Oh, that's all.
All right. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your next single that you're coming out with?
The next single that I'm working on right now, I'm kind of midway through production because I bounce around with different ideas at the moment. But it's called Brick by Brick, and it's closer to some of my older stuff, meaning that it's more along the lines of like alternative rock and roll with a big melodic vocal, kind of ballad, ballady. However, still rocking, and it's the inspiration behind it is just through life. You see so many people struggle with things and get torn down and broken apart, and then this song is basically about building back up and pushing through and continuing to build. Hence the phrase "brick by brick." So it should be a pretty it should be a very pretty song, and it should be something that I'm very proud of by the time I release it. And I hope everyone enjoys it.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. We are going to play one of your other songs right now. To all of Joshua's fans, I see all you in the call, so you guys just hang on in there, and we will be putting you guys on the line soon. And Josh, if you want to hold on the line with us, we will be right back.
Sounds great.
All right. So this one is a song by Joshua Adams called Everything Will Be All Right. So that was Kindred Spirit by the Eels, and they are releasing their album tomorrow, so go ahead and enjoy it. Now we're going to go back to the phone lines, and we are going to go back and talk to Joshua and his fans. Hi, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, great. Well, I'm so glad that you are here. We have Joshua on the line with us as well, and feel free to ask him what you would like to ask.
Hi, Josh. It's Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you?
Doing really well.
Good,
Listen,
good.
watching the sun go down outside my window. I had a couple questions. Now,
Okay. What do you got?
We've had this little discussion about science before. Have you ever thought, and I know both science and music are your passions, so once you get this PhD, you ever thought about combining the two when you become a professor? Because I know that's a goal. So I thought I'd ask. Is that something you have thought about?
Combining them, I really haven't thought about it, such as combining them. I've kind of accepted that music will always be a part of my life, and I've been writing songs for a very, very long time now, it seems. And so I can't imagine that, one would kind of void out the other, but I also can't imagine that they would necessarily combine into, one kind of productive entity. So I would say that no, I haven't thought about it, but I'm assuming that I will always continue to write and always continue to work on songs, and continue to release music, at least for the time being, until something comes along science related that needs more focus, I guess would be an easy way to say it. So it's a good question. But I don't know either. Who knows what the next few years will bring.
Now you know why I came up with that nickname for you.
Yes.
The Rockstar Scientist one.
Right. Yes, I've seen that tag and all that stuff. Which I appreciate. I'm flattered that you put that up.
The other question was, because we had this talk about a cover song once on your Facebook page, and I said that I thought Hallelujah would be great. Well, I heard Myles Kennedy's version, and I went, whoa. And I thought, okay, now he's really got to do it. Have you watched the video on YouTube of him doing that?
He has done that. Myles Kennedy has performed Hallelujah probably countless times. Alter Bridge incorporated it throughout their tour last year, I think, and it was kind of an in-between song that would break up the set, and he would do it just with a guitar and by himself, whether it's acoustic or an electric guitar. That's just clean. But I've seen it quite a few times on YouTube, and that guy is just he's killer. He's great, So
it's really great. I think you should do it.
Yeah. What's that?
I said I think you should do it.
I've considered doing it. I've considered doing that one, and I've talked about doing Bed of Roses so many times that I should probably end up doing that one as well. I have people who have expressed some interest in that one, so so we'll see. But yeah, I love Hallelujah. Jeff Buckley did a great job. Before him, there was the writer, the original recording artist who did it, was talented, and it's a beautiful song.
Right. Well, it was great to talk to you. We'll have to do this again sometime.
You too. Thanks so much for calling. It's great to hear your voice.
It was good to hear you too.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so now we're going to go to the phone lines and have another caller. And you are on the air.
Me?
Yes, you. Hi.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is Kelly, Josh.
Hey, Kelly. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's really good to hear you, and I wanted to tell you that I really like the info you put on the Internet, and it makes people think that there's a lot more options out there, and I won't say any more about that because I know how private you are, and how you doing?
Thanks. I'm doing well. How's Panama City Beach? Is that right? You're still out there?
Yeah, we're over the rain now, and now the sun comes up, and it's hot, and all the tourists have left, and it's fantastic.
Good
but
for you.
We love our tourists, so, we do love our tourists. I wanted to ask you this, and you've evaded this question before, so I'm putting you on the spot, baby. Okay. How do you balance all this? How do you balance work, your fans, and your music that you continue to do? And then that brings me to Bed of Roses, but that's another story. How do you do all this? And then, just really specifically pay attention to your fans. They all know they seem personal to you, and they are personal to you. I just wonder how you balance it, and do you ever have the opportunity to even have sex with your wife. I'm like, I would be your wife in the corner and waving my hand. Hello? Hello?
Well, that is an excellent question and a very, very nice spin toward the end there with the specifics. To answer your question, how do I balance everything or juggle everything or however you want to look at it? I don't have any kids. I have the French Bulldog, as you know. As I'm sure you've seen pictures of her. Her name's Marilyn. She's a gorgeous little French Bulldog for anybody who's curious. And that's my responsibility. So other than that, it's kind of a constant growth in as a professional and then on a personal level for me. So I'm very lucky in the sense that I get to focus on that and do that. But part of that is doing everything that I enjoy doing, and that's music.
Hello?
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 Hi.
Did we get cut off?
No, we're still on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear the last what he said. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was saying that, with school even, I enjoy it. People, for some reason, going to class, which I guess I can understand. But
Well, does she ever wave her hand in the corner and say, hello? Hello, I'm here.
No, she's great. We have a great partnership in this. She has her projects as well. She's constantly working on things. She's a delegate from Suit Company, and she's doing a lot of other projects, and she's constantly in bowling as well. And so,
well, I'm happy for you to have that kind of relationship. I really do. I think that's great to have somebody supportive when you're starting out, and then you're going to hit it big because you are. I love your haircut. It looks awesome. I do have to say I like it better long.
That's okay. You're allowed to like it.
But, it's your hair, not mine. And I just think that you're great to your fans. That's another thing I wanted to say. And I'm so looking forward to your next work, Brick by Brick. I can tell that's going to be a song that's going to touch me the way you described it earlier. And somebody asked that question because I was going to ask that question. I'm thankful that they did, so you don't have to explain that. But Bed of Roses, God damn it. Can I say that on the net? Can I say that on air? Well, if they come get me, you know what? They ain't going to get much. Anyway, I just really do look forward to that song. And the one that said rock star scientist, she couldn't have put it better. I think that was brilliant. I wish I came up with that myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for calling us. We really appreciate you calling.
I cuss, so I'm off the air right now, right?
Not at all. No, we just have to go to another fan. They've been waiting. You're so sweet,
yes,
though.
They have. I guess I talked longer than I should have, but I do have a relationship with Joshua. It's not on the same basis of, but wouldn't be bad if it was. Y'all have a really good night, and thank you very much. Your hosts are great. Y'all really been good. Y'all.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'll let you go. Because you know what? Shit can talk a long time. He knows.
All right. We're going to have to go to another caller. Thank you so much for calling.
You're very welcome. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. So we're going to go to another caller who's been waiting so patiently to talk to you. How are you doing? You're on the air. Hello?
Hello, hello. Anyone there?
Hello? No?
They hung up. Oh.
We hear you.
Something. I hear something. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, we're going to play a song in the meantime. Try to call back with a stronger connection. All right. So right now what we're going to do is we are going to play your song, Joshua, I Promise You. So what would you like to tell us a little bit about this song before we play it?
This song is a simple has simple production, and it's about as bare as it gets. It's a love song. It's something that everyone should tell their significant other at some point in their lives. So it's really pretty.
Oh, well, that's very romantic. Thank you so much, Josh, and we will be right back with you after the song. So this is I Promise You by Joshua Adams.
You look like an angel with morning lights your face. No makeup on concealing the perfect way you're made, like the sun through my window, pouring into our souls. I promise to love you all my life. I promise to be there by your side. I'll never break your heart in two. I'll only give myself to you. I promise you. I can see the future by looking in your eyes. You and me are family, a husband and his wife. I promise to love you all my life. I promise to be there by your side. I'll never break your heart in two. I'll only give myself to you. I promise you. Laying there beneath my tree, that was when I knew I couldn't live without your hand placed in mine. When teardrops fell the first time we had to say goodbye, that's when I realized that I'd spend the rest of my life. Oh, holding you, holding me is everything, more than anything I could ever dream. Loving you, loving me, meant to be. You're the only thing I will ever need. I promise to love you all my life. I promise to be there by your side. I'll never break your heart in two. I'll only give myself to you. I'll be the love you'll never lose. I'll give everything I am to you.
And that was I Promise You by Joshua Adams. And now we have a quick poem from Lydia with our Shakespeare in Love. How are you doing, my gorgeous?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm doing good. What poem do you have for us tonight?
That's great. I have a Shakespeare sonnet for you, sonnet number 151.
Beautiful.
Love
Feel
is
free to
too
feed
young.
that.
Love is too young to know what conscience is. Yet who knows what conscience is? Me, my gross body's freezing. My soul does tell my body that flesh stays not rising at my name does point at me. It's good. There is life. So I decide. That I call her love. Who is their love like life and fun.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for reading that. For everybody that would like to go to your Facebook page to follow up on you, just go to www.facebook.com/Lydia Mayen, Muijen. Thank you so much, honey. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful evening.
Have a beautiful evening, too. Thank you so much.
Ah, awesome, sweetheart. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. And now we are going to go back to the phone lines, and we're going to talk to Joshua. And Joshua, I wanted to ask you if you could tell us about your Holly's Law project.
Oh, yeah, sure. Holly's Law is a web series that I created and I write for. And it's basically about, it pertains to science. It's an educational web series where the host, Holly, a very talented actress model named Holly Winard. She is the host, and she helps produce the show, and she basically presents an idea to the audience member that is inspired by a science fiction movie, a book, or like comic books, and any sort of thing like that. And we take those concepts and we build upon them to see if the science fiction will ever become science fact, or if there's any kind of realities in some of these pretty far out concepts, such as we've done an episode on warp drive, we've done an episode on living forever, like a vampire would, per se, where you just live forever, you constantly rejuvenate your cells and that kind of stuff. We just finished shooting a special episode on Mars and traveling to Mars and colonizing Mars. And becoming an interplanetary, multiplanetary species. And we're presenting that at the Las Vegas Science Festival on May 3rd. It's a big expo. And that's what it is. It's basically to help inspire people who may not be particularly interested in science, but everyone that I've ever met is always fascinated by science fiction, or an interesting superhero or something like that. So we try to use those as delivery systems, if you will, to get science in the minds of anyone who watches, whether young or old. But it's just all an effort to inspire.
Oh, well, that's awesome. And for everybody that would like more information on that, you can go to the website hollyslaw.com, HOLLIESLAW.com. And then also for Josh, his links are, you can go to joshuaadamsmusic.com. The Twitter is twitter.com/JoshuaAdamsRock. And Facebook is facebook.com/officialJoshuaAdams. So very, very cool. And then we have one last fan on the phone with us right now that we can get to before the end of the show. So I wanted to put them on the line so they can ask you a question or say hello or anything like that. How are you? You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? This is the same caller trying to call back.
I guess I have a bad connection.
Yeah, I guess they do. Okay, I'm so sorry, caller. I know you've been really, really patient, but we can't hear you. All right, so we are going to go and ask you about one of the final songs we're going to end the show with. I actually was able to go find some more of your music before we were able to start. So we have some throwbacks for your longtime fans.
Okay.
I have, which I'm going to play, I'm going to have My Heaven, and Reason to Be. So what can you tell us a little bit about those songs as we wrap the show?
Well, My Heaven is another love song. It's kind of the thing that anyone who's in love, if they were to pass away, it's kind of like your last farewell, your last message to the one that you love, which can be a real beautiful thing. And then Reason to Be is another love song, but I didn't write Reason to Be. Reason to Be was written by three well-known rock writers, one being Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver. It's a song. I became friends with somebody who, along the way in the music industry, who connected me with one of the writers, one of the other two writers, and I heard it, and I thought it was a really great song, and I asked if I could cut it and record it, and we got all the paperwork worked out, and went ahead and recorded it. So it's another love song, though. It's a beautiful song about what, someone's inspiration to you, so it's great.
Aw, well, thank you so much for that. Okay, we have another caller that's calling on that we could ask really quick. We have like a few minutes left, so I'm going to try to get this one to ask you a question. Hi, you're on the air. Hi, you're on the air.
Ah.
Yes, hello. What would you like to ask Joshua Adams?
Out of all of his favorite songs that he's done himself and he's written himself, which one did he have the most fun on?
That's a great question. Who is this? What's your name?
My name is Nikki.
Nikki. Hey, is this Nikki?
This is Nikki, Josh.
Hey, how are you, Nikki? I'm glad you got through.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You've had the chance to see some of these songs performed, probably, or a few of them.
Yes, I have.
And out of all the songs I've written, what song is the most fun? Let's see.
With video? What video? You got what video? The video.
Oh, out of the videos that I did.
The videos and the songs.
Yeah, Bring Your Guns is hands down the most fun video. Just because I had a friend who's a choreographer and a dance major at UNLV. She put together a dance sequence in Bring Your Guns, and we got to shoot at an amazing location just south of Boulder City, which is slightly just southeast of Las Vegas. And it's basically an old movie set that was built years ago, and they just added on a bunch of barns and old cars, and it's pretty amazing. A lot of my photos have been done there. But that was the most fun, to try to shoot a lengthy video in a day. We shot that all in a day. It was very hot out, but we all got to dress up like vampires and put vampire teeth in, vampire eyes.
I know.
And so it was. We played dress up and we danced in the middle of the desert. So it was. I don't know. What's more fun than dressing up like vampires and dancing around in the middle of the desert? I don't know. So
exactly, that's my favorite. I loved it.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you dig it. Yeah, it's done well. It's got 60-something, maybe 65,000 views, which is cool. Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome. I love everything that you do, but that was just awesome. And it's so wonderful to talk to you again.
Me too. I miss you guys. I miss you out there on the other side of the country.
We miss you too. We really do. But you're not forgotten.
Well, that's very good to know. Very, very nice and flattering, and nice to hear that.
Oh, thank you, Nikki, for calling. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Josh. You take care, and I love the show. I love everything. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Thanks so much.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Josh, thank you so much for being on our show. We have to wrap up. We're at the end of the hour. We're going to play your two songs, My Heaven and Reason to Be, in our extended podcast as well. So thank you so much again for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys. You're great. Take care.
All right. Have a great night. Bye. And thank you guys all for listening. You guys will, I appreciate you guys coming down every Monday night. We have all sorts of fun music for you right now in our extended podcast. So we will post a link in about half an hour if you guys are listening live. And if you guys are not listening live, then just keep listening because you're going to hear some awesome music. And we will be back with you every Monday night. So have a great one. Bye.
Like I got no life of my own. I don't wanna be one of those guys who can't stand to be left alone. But you have a way of making me fall on my knees, 'cause you're the one that gives me everything I needed. You're the one that lifts me high enough to reach it. And I know that I can never go back to the taste of you. Because the fight that I make, I believe you're my reason to be. I never saw it coming. I was always my own man. I gained a little more than I was losing. You make me better than I really am. 'Cause you have a way of making me just fall on my knees. 'Cause you're the one that gives me everything I needed. You're the one that lifts me high enough to reach it. And I know that I can never go back to the taste of you. Because the fight that I make, I believe you're my reason to be. Never knew how much I would need. Never knew how much I keep my very Last night you woke from a dream. You were crying out my name. You said angels came to me. They were crying out my name. It's a nightmare that haunts anyone who's ever loved. And sometimes the plans that we make